Hey everyone, welcome to a new series playing Out of the Park Baseball. Be a little bit different than our Football Manager series since mostly it will just focus on the decisions, won't be a lot of on field action. And this one will just be introducing to the team. So we're going to be playing with the Cincinnati Reds, give it, in my opinion, a team that should be much better than they have been for quite a while now. And obviously, a lot of controversy this offseason with a lot of their moves and the comments of their ownership. So, going to be going with them. All right, so looking around a little bit, going to start just looking at the stadium since that is key consideration for any baseball team. A little bit of a down on average for hitters, but big increases in doubles and home runs, which is part of what the ballpark is known for. And I think there's different ways we can play that, and some of it's going to have to come down to what's available as we go along. I think the default for a lot of people, especially from a pitching perspective, would be to look for ground ball pitchers, which is certainly an option and probably cheaper in a lot of cases. But I think ideally what we'd like to do is find high strikeout pitchers, just not let the ball get into play at all when we can avoid it. So that's probably where we'll go. And I think in our system we have a lot of players who can do that. Just looking real quick up here. So we did load in the normal minors. I loaded in the roster rules, at least the roster maxes. Then loaded Japan, Korea, Mexico, Australia, Cuba, and the American Independent Leagues. So we're going to try to get a lot of our international free agents through the realistic leagues and go from there. So set up our opening day roster here. We can look at it a little bit. A lot of our young, strong players, especially Hunter Green, would be a key name. We're going to go ahead and start him in the major leagues, get him the experience early on, and I think some of these older starters, and we do have some on the injured list, could be moved pretty quickly to get us more depth in the system. And the same with some of our infield or fielders as well. So Moran is one we could look to move. Basically, looking for anybody that has value that could get us, some even depth players that we can use going forward. Since not going to compete this year, but with some of the turnover in the division, I think we can compete relatively quickly. So we have a few more decisions to make real quick to get down to the limit of 26. I did change the rules a little bit just since we're not in the game dealing with COVID or anything like that, to go to just going straight to the 26 man limit. If we go back here, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think we have a few too many relievers here. Looking for who might have the worst stuff out of our relievers. 27. Gonna go ahead and on him. We'll have to make a change to our minor league roster after that. Go over to our lineup now first. Go to the ratings. And Garcia is our worst, but has a place just due to position, basically. I want to go around and see who might have secondary positions to help us. So Farmer can play short relatively well, 50. Hernandez is younger, probably could benefit from more time in the minors. Slightly better shortstop, but I think I'm going to go ahead and demote him down. Just given he's not necessarily ready. Obviously, we'll have to make up for that at shortstop, probably with Farmer playing it. But I should note I do have this turned on to where I'm just playing GM, and the manager decisions will be made elsewhere. I need to make a few more changes here. We'll just go ahead and move Dowdy down to a A-Ball since that roster needs room and he's not really that impressive elsewhere, and we'll do the same with Ray. Right, so we'll go ahead. That gets our roster ready. We'll take a look through. I won't sit here and play the game, but so that's where we are for the season, and I'll come back with the next video. I made this one quick, and we'll probably come back close to the trade deadline to see how we're doing and talk about how we want to incorporate that into a strategy going forward. Thanks.